So here I am in Fraser Street. If I can finally made it to Fraser Street. Uh, I was at, where have I been? Where have I been? It's at 545 Lakeshore. And then I went to, I got booed out of there. And I went up to fucking North York or 580 fucking Young Street, whatever the fuck it is. Right? I went up there. And then I went to, was it, what was it? I don't know. Fucking Mitch Mitchell Hall or some shit like that. I don't know. Fucking Maxwell Megan's like Salvation Army was okay, right? It was okay. It was all right there, right? It's like it was okay. My roommate was a total twat. He totally hated white people. It's like fuck, that's bullshit, right? And then that's bullshit. So then where'd I go then? And I went to George Street. It's like fuck, I was there at George Street for Dixon. Good food, I like my room or something, but it's like it's just like little I was hobo. I had to get on the road again. It's like fuck. I was like, oh, this is great. But it's like, people like, oh, Brad, don't you hate it? I was like, I don't fucking hate that much, right? I mean, I got a cot and some food. I was like, I don't give a fuck, right? Showers and stuff like that. I mean, those buggers won't give me my fucking money at the fucking thingamajig. At the fucking, whatchamacallit, my OSADP or whatever the fuck it is, my fucking, Ontario Works, they won't give me that shit. For some reason, a bunch of fucking twats. But, so they won't give me that. So anyways, I went, so I'm here, right? Then I went to, where'd I go? Strawn Avenue. I look, yes, Ming Po, I'm gonna miss you, like this little Vietnamese chick. She's put on these little fucking shows. Oh, she wore like take her clothes off and like, oh, show me your tits and stuff like that. Right? I enjoyed that, baby. I'm gonna miss that. Like, thanks. I kind of picked up my spirits, right? Hot chicks are fucking good, right? Good fucking underappreciated. It's like, that's the one thing. Like, anyway, I'll tell you in a second. So I'm here at 69 Fraser Avenue, right? Sirius XM buildings were right across the way. Now, what was I gonna say? Oh, Brad on the War on Hot Chicks, right? My 3-part miniseries, right? I mean, I think there is a war on hot chicks. I think Kurt Cobain is a total fucking fag. Like, I'm living the grunge life. Like, what? I think I'd rather go mod rock or glamtacular, right? I'm not wearing makeup, but fucking, I don't know. Maybe punk is dead, right? It's like, fuck, time for some other things, right? Time for some other things, right? Anyways, I'm here. Oh yeah, where was I? He hated hot chicks. He hated people like those glam. Like I was watching, like, was it Sally Jesse clips of Sally Jesse Raphael and Jerry Springer and Jenny Jones the other day, and it must have been sweepstakes. It's like they had the chicks, like the original glamour models. Like, what was her name? What was that broad's name? Kylie Cleavage and them back in their heyday. The skinny waist and the fucking super deluxe fucking hooters, like I like, but they're all glammed up and they look so beautiful. It's like, I wish I'd seen them back in one of their Vegas shows back in the heydays. Like, oh, I like them like that. It's like, hey, I'm a white guy. I don't like big asses, right? It's like, there are always these black guys. Yo, you gotta get a big butt, girl, blah, blah. Well, the one girl did have a flat ass, right? It's like, we don't like that. I like a little meat on it. We don't like them too flat. But I do like the super deluxe. I do. I'm British guy. Most British guys like big titties, right? It's true. It's like fucking, I'm not black and I identify as white. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I like, right? So that's what I like. I don't care. And I miss that. Like, back in the 80s, like when Ronald Reagan turned, like, the guy, he had used, what's his name? The guy from the president of the 1920s as the model for the friggin' Reagan thing. And it was the 80s were good. Oh, it was glamtacular. That was good, man. That was good. So good, right? So good. So yeah, I miss that. I wish all girls looked like that. Sure, it's like I love them like that. It's like I remember the one guy's like, he was bitching like, oh, my wife's got big tits. Like, 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 hey, if my wife looked like that, you know, if I ever get this on, get my show, I like it like that, right? You know, hey, that's what I like. You know, like I see all these big fucking jumbo butts. Like, no, I like women that look like Kayla Cleavage or Minka and stuff like that and busted. I like them like that. It's like, fuck, so what, you know? Wendy Whoopers. Wendy Whoopers was fucking super hot back in the day. You know what? I don't give a shit. See my big fucking teeth? It says I'm naturally like skinny waist, tight ass, and fucking big, huge titties. Right? That's why I like her, right? So what? I've always been a big titty guy. It's like, Lemon Kistner, you fucking right, man. I got the sexual to say that. So what? So what if I like that? So what? It's like, you know. I mean, hey, what if AJ? What's her? I think that's super hot, man. AJ Cervani, if she got big boobs like that, holy shit. Oh, right, you know. I'm sick of fucking hip hop culture, like Travis Scott and Drake and all. They can definitely suck my fucking unit because I couldn't give a shit. I'm not into hip hop. I've never really liked it. I did like it when I was younger, but I was being a poser, right? So I'm not true to myself, right? But I love rock and roll now as well, right? It's like, fuck, I don't care. It's just that it's got so like Kurt Cobain's a fucking goof, right? It's got to be like more like sexy again, right? Like sexy and glamorous and stuff like that. Like, you know, like he like the complete opposite of Kurt Cobain, right? Like, oh, you know, what's wrong with like, you know, having your own personal champagne and fucking stuff like that? Who gives a shit, right? Selling out, or is Kurt Cobain a fag, right? I think he's a fag. That's the problem, right? You know, Kurt Cobain was a fag, right? What's wrong with that? Like limousines and stuff like that. Like, fuck, woo, right? What's wrong with that? So, you know, chicks like, you know, young Kayla Cleavage and stuff like that. Hey, I like them like that, right? I like them like that. It's like, fuck, not me. They're fucking beautiful, man. It's like, fuck. But who's the first to objectify a woman, like, you know, for looking hot or like looking sexy, right? Liberal feminists. Have you seen Justin Trudeau's? Well, we won't go there, right? We won't go there, right? You know, liberal feminists making a fucking beautiful woman feeling bad for looking good, right? Why do we gotta do that, right? What's wrong with that? Feeling bad for looking good. I could go for a long time. Like, I'm a scientist. Like, I'm into like, you know, cellular fucking energy and all kinds of wild shit and all kinds of fucking. I got a little fucking tickly toe. No, you know, like completely off gasoline and fossil fuels altogether. Like, you know, cellular energy, right? You know, the way we break down cells in our body. What if I could use that to power machines and stuff like that? Make electricity out of that. Release electrons that way, right? By the cellular line chain, right? And there's some kind of funky Krebs cycle. It's like, yeah, you know what? I don't think it's that hard, man. It's like shit. Like, you know, it's like, it's some things are challenging, but the more you kind of like, you know, keep reading about it, just keep going on, it starts to sink in, right? Like they kind of, like, you know, you don't pick up everything, but as long as you soak up some information, right? That's the thing. Learning something is better than learning nothing at all, right? So that's something that we often forget, you know. Hey, as long as you walk away learning something, it's better than learning nothing, right? As long as you learn something, right? But I don't know. I think my parents were poisoning me or some shit like that, so I said they're fags. Yeah. These big T says I like huge titties. I'm a white guy. I don't like big asses, and that's perfectly okay, right? I'm a white man. It's like I identify as white, and I'm white. It's like, fuck. So other stuff, right? Like, you know, like Travis Scott and all those guys, like they can all like, they're fags. Kylie Jenner and Kylie Jenner, like, I don't care. I've got my own chicks. It's like, fuck, apparently I've got my own fuck. I come preloaded with a fucking bunch of fucking super hot party girls, right? And I can break the spell of aging and reverse it. only high. Only I need to take to break the spell of aging and eternal life. I have that. I know I could crack that. It's like I can do that. Maybe I could walk on water. Who knows, right? You know, with these new like fucking reverse magnet boots or something like that. Maybe I could walk on water. I could probably turn lead into gold. I think I should actually turn water into wine. Actually, to tell the truth. Like you get like powdered fucking grape, like liquid powdered wine fucking things. Like, you know, they those immune system things. What if I could do that into like grape? Just add water. It's like, fuck. Instant wine, right? Like I super like freeze the grapes or whatever, freeze the wine or grape or whatever the hell it is. Like I don't know what is it. You know when they use that fucking liquid hydrogen thing. Who knows? And you know what? And turn it into like a powder type thing. Powder type wine. I could turn water into wine. I bet. Just add water. And you know, I was learning like, about yeast. Yeast is like a good thing for like cellular cloning and how they can like, how you can turn. What was the other thing I was learning about? It's just like so. It's like this book is just the wildest stuff, right? Oh, my double chin. Okay. The wildest stuff you can do stuff with, right? Was it the yeast is good for like making cellular clones or vector clones or some shit like that. It's like as opposed to like the formerly E. coli was the fucking good for growing stuff like that. But you can make a cell, make proteins for fucking all kinds of stuff. What if I could do that all within the human body? Just get like with polypoetic stem cells stuff like that. Like you know, they can create growth hormones and all kinds of stuff like that. New collagen for the skin, right? You know, new strength. Rewire the what's the term? Rewire the mitochondria, right? I could do everything, man. Like you know, I could grow back limbs too, right? With stem cells and whatnot, right? I could do everything, right? I could fix everything, right? There's so many things we could do. There's so many things we could do now. Like you know, I'm talking like biofuel. Like you know, you talk about ethanol and stuff like that, right? But what if I just make the turn like fat, like glucose or fat for like a biofuel for biomachinery, like a tank that ran on like a fat or like even energon. You know like how those transformers run with energon. What like there's like you know donors and acceptors and stuff like that reduce things into like their more raw state. Like to NAD is like good for mitochondria. But there's so many like holy shit. What if we could just like do stuff like that, just like chemical cellular regeneration, like you know. I mean, I was reading also about like how we could turn, what is it, into energy, photosynthesis from the plants into like electrical energy, right? Convert that into that kind of energy, right? We could do that kind of stuff, right? It's like, oh wow, isn't that amazing, right? I mean, like they talk about these solar cells and stuff like that, but we're only using like getting 10% of the fucking sun's energy, right? We're missing like all kinds of like you know. It's not even that. It's like 1/64th or something like that. So like we're getting robbed of all kind of energy that's being bombarded against the Earth every day. But if we could utilize that, it's like oh my god, and create like you know like I said, energon bolts or something like that, right? You know, electron bolts stored in fat or glucose or some shit like that, like fat bricks or something like that, right? Maybe I could do something like that, right? So many things we could possibly do, right? Especially that new tool like this CRISPR. Thank you, Jennifer Donna, right? And they're always like, oh, I've got all this carbon dioxide in the oxygen. Well, what if I could carbon capture that and bond it with the nitrogen in the thing, and then I could turn that into hydrogen, right? And I've got another fuel, the fuel of the future, right? Oh, that is interesting, right? Bonding with that, like, I'm just kind of learning about that, but it's like you know what? I don't think it's that hard, right? It's like a fair bit. It's a bit tricky and challenging, but it's like, it's not that hard. Anyways, I'm right next to the Sirius XM studios and stuff like that, right? It's like, fuck, who waits for me across there, right? You know, who waits for me on the other side there? Right, waits for this Jonathan Davis clone, right? Who waits for me over yonder, right? I mean, this is not bad. I got a nice bouncy spring thing. It's like, fuck. I promise you, if I get my health back, like if you guys cheer me up, you know, I can change my biochemistry and all kinds of that, you know, whatever. Like even those like little glucose things, you know, the fucking like for diabetics, right? Those big fucking things. They have nanochips. What if I could just like get a fucking thing that could constantly tell me my biochemistry instead of getting a blood test to scan it, right? It's like ooh. So then you know they're always knowing, oh, we could just have to change this and blah blah blah, or if I modify this and tweak that out, you know. With an algorithm that tells the stem cells what to do. Ooh, just like a fucking fader switch. For gene expression. all that stuff is just like, whoa, oh, whoa, wow, like never-ending youth, right? Oh, even Paris Hilton. I have the ticket to make you young again. Back to your 20s. Would you like that? I know you would. I can make you forever young, however. Uh, but you're with Clifford, right? You know, you're with Clifford. You know, and he's so much better than me. Right? He's got all the answers, but yet, secretly, deep down in your heart of hearts, my queen, I know you love me. So I'm not too worried. But there's other girls out there. It's like Kim Kardashian, like even Pete Davidson. He's dating Kim Kardashian. Big faux pas, like big butts. Yeah, that's for black guys. Who cares? Like, we just marked those chicks NFG on their forehead and fucking send them back to the ghetto. Like, who wants that? Like, white guys don't want that, right? Like, fuck, that's great. You know, Jennifer Lopez, NFG, and you know, Mark Harlem, right, or fucking Compton, right? We don't want girls like that. No one wants girls like that, right? You know, I want to check, like, as a white guy, it's like, fuck, like, you know, I've seen those Indian fertility glasses too. We want some big ass fucking hitters, right? Don't want fucking. You know what? Small breasted chicks are fucking gross. Like, you know, it's like fucking big booty chicks are like great. You know, give up the booties. I'm like, give up those boobies. Give up the boobie, right? Like, fuck, you know, I'm a fucking white guy. Like, who gives a shit? Like, what? I'm not allowed to be allowed to be like what I like anymore. Who gives a shit? I don't want to go to a hip hop concert because, you know, I don't like hip hop. It's like, fuck. You know, like, we should, like, even Toronto, they used to have Toronto Heavy. It's like, you know, they should have, like, Toronto Rocks or something like that down here. Big Four, like, yeah, like Metallica, Slayer, and shit like that. Like, we start doing stuff like that again. Big fucking rock festivals here somewhere. Like, those are kick-ass, man. Everyone's, like, fucking, like, oh, what's that? It's the Coachella. Maybe it's time to redo something better. Like, I think a big, like, you know, they have that Big Four concert, right? But like something like a big fucking hard, like, rock and roll concert out in the desert. Fuck, that'd be fucking kick-ass. You have to bring lots of shade, though, for your shit. But that'd be cool, like a big fucking thing out in, like, I don't know, Death Valley or some shit like that, right? Maybe not Death Valley, but maybe somewhere out in Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas, right? Right, you know? It's fun to, like, make some man-made lakes or something like that out there. I don't know, fuck, whatever. If it goes according to us, yeah, we made it better. It's like, yeah, for you I do. It's like, fuck, seeing is believing. It's like, I need to see some fucking big-ass hater action, right? Some big-ass titty action, right? It's like, fuck. That's what I like. And now that I know who I am, I'm going to get out of here soon. I got to know this is going to come to fruition. Toronto media, I don't trust them and I don't like them. Like, I do like Karen Siolan. Karen's quite beautiful. I can't say that she's not. I think Karen's quite beautiful. I do like Karen. That's like, she's... Oh, Brad's a big racist. No, I think Karen's quite beautiful. It's like, fuck, she's quite a babe. She happens to be Jewish. Like, a lot of the chicks I like apparently are. It's like, oh, well, I guess so. Fuck. Right, you know? Who's else is like hot? Like, fuck. Thea's a Jew. It's like, Thea is a fucking Lebanese Italian chick. Right, so I'll tell you something fucking ludicrous, something like that. This chick ain't fucking black, okay? Just because a person's color doesn't mean they're black, right? It's like, is an Indian guy black? No, he's maybe a different color, but he ain't fucking black. It's like, fuck. That's another thing that black people, like, you know, not everyone's black. Not everyone's a person of color, right? It's like, fuck. I mean, it's like, I'm just saying, like, you know, your fight is not everyone else's struggle too, right? A lot of people got their own fucking cultural history background, right? Like Karen, she's Portuguese and she's indigenous fucking native to Brazil, right? So her culture is kind of similar to, like, in some ways to, like, Native American and stuff like that, right? She's kind of like some similar, right, in some ways, right? So she's cool. Karen's total baby. She got stacked. Oh fuck. Yeah. I don't know, Karen. Are you fucking woman enough to get on top of Old Smokey? She's a total babe, man. I was like, Karen, she's nice. And that's another thing. Well, I know. I could like totally regenerate myself. Fuck, whatever. You know. So what if a chick's a nice girl, right? Like, she's like, you know, doesn't have to be a bitch or something like that. Like I remember I was watching, like, oh, like what's your name? She's a porn star, but well, at least she's not a fucking cunt. Like fucking Australia's Angela Way. Like she seems like a happy, fun chick, right? Yeah, she is fucking totally stacked and she likes to bang, but she's worth a fucking fair whack. Well, whatever, man. At least she's happy. You know what I mean? Like fuck, you know who wants a miserable bitch? Like a fucking. You're like, yo, you know, see all these chicks on like Jenny, like, yo, you guys can have those girls, man. I don't want them. Fuck, like, what makes them cool, right? So she's not a cunt and a bitch all the time like those chicks, right? She ain't a fucking bitch and a hoe. It's like, well, that's another thing. You guys get all the loser chicks, man. What are you talking about? Who said that you guys are cool, man? That's what I want to know. Who said these guys are cool, man? Who said they're cool? It's just that, like, rock and roll is so fucking pussy. They're all a bunch, like, there's no Bond. They're supposed to be like Bon Scott. They're all a bunch, like, everything's living in the Kurt Cobain model, right? The Kurt Cobain fucking, like, oh, he's not cool. He's a fag. He's like, I think I'm a fag. I think I'm a fag. He's a fucking loser. Yeah, we need to go back to, like, AC/DC and, like, Guns N' Roses and fucking, like, Black Sabbath and shit like that. It's, like, winter stuff, right? You know? Like, stuff like that, right? So what if I, like, bang hot chicks? You know, like, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's like, fuck. Imagine we just like took all that Kurt Cobain shit and just threw that out the window, right? You know, just threw that shit out the fucking window and forgot about it, right? You know what I mean? Like, hey, like I like Soundgarden and stuff like that, but like, you know, he ain't like that. They're like fucking upbeat hard rock and stuff. Like, you know, like Rusty Cage, like fuck. It's gonna break my Rusty Cage and get the fuck out of here. It's like, fuck yeah, he's way cooler. People like that are cool. Kurt Cobain's kind of a fucking, I don't know, it's like kind of the guy I had pants in high school, right? You know, like fucking like give us a swirly or something like that. Like to, you know, it's kind of a dick. I wore all kinds of mod clothes and stuff like that, but I don't think no one ever fucked with me. It's like fucking like, it's like I dress like, you know, big fur coats, like those funky brown fur coats. I wore all kinds of shit like that. It's like fuck. It's like I just like that kind because I like those clothes, right? So it's like fuck. I don't like, you know, Rockaware or any of that shit. I think it's fucking fags, right? It's like Pete Davidson. What are you doing hanging with fucking Kim Kardashian? Like, are you a fag? Like, she's like, Kanye West and those guys, they're all fags. Who cares? Like, you know, don't even worry about them. I'm way cooler than any of those guys. I know I am, right? Don't even worry about that, right? Like, you know, I'd flood the market with a lot of porn star people. Like, and put them in mainstream movies and stuff like that. Maybe have some big titty scenes. Right? So why not? Fuck it, who cares? Once I get this going, it's like, it's gonna be fucking rocking, right? I'm just gotta get some sleep. Like, the thing is though, I don't really want to be like, do CP24, do CP24. I think they're full of shit. Like, they're lying to me, right? Like, fucking, they just want to arrest me and stuff for something stupid. So I don't want to do that, right? B, I hear them complaining like crazy. Like, you know, Dina Pugliese, like, fucking, I think she's a fucking idiot too, to tell you the truth. I'm starting to sing and she's a retard too. She doesn't come to the front door, like, come on down. It's like, you know what, fuck off. You're a geek, right? You know what I mean? Like, fuck, you're a loser too. I could have done the show. I was like, you know what, I'm fucking done, like bashing my head up against the walls, like, fuck. I'm like, hey, so cool, whatever, I guess serious exams over there. It's like, man, it's like, you know, maybe it's a sign of the gods, right? Right? Sign of the gods, right? Yeah, like, you know, like, I think it's time to, like, forget about, like, well, you know, whatever. She's like, you know, you're supposed to be at the front door. It's like, you're not the front door. And all those little security guards, once this stuff gets, I don't forget, right? It's like, I guess I could hang with Logan Paul and those guys for sure. I mean, I'm totally like, hey, no, regenerate your Uncle B, right? I'm probably getting all that stem cell stuff. It's like, yes. It's like, Paris Hilton, who do you love the most, man? Do you love fucking Wiener Boy or me? I think you love me. Deep down, you fucking, you know, deep down your loins, you know, where it's nice, warm, and wet and tight, you know. I think you love me the most, right? You know, I think you do. So that's cool, baby, fuck. That's one thing, you know, Paris Hilton's my bud, right? She always cheers me up. It's like, fucking, I get mad at her all the time. It's like, you stupid bitch, blah, 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 blah. She always cheers me up, though. It's like, fuck. It's like, fucking. She always makes it happen. It's like, that's why I never get really mad. She's like, I'm gonna marry this guy, Brad. And I was like, you know, I remember she was gonna marry herself, and I was like, I fucking lost interest after that shit for a long time. Then she came crying like, oh, Tinkerbell, right? I'm gonna marry my this guy's like, go right ahead. I'm happy for it because like I don't like to see her fucking pissed off or like sad. Like she screws me up, right? So that always kind of makes me happy. Like, well, it's to kind of live vicariously through your happiness at times, right? So it kind of cheers me up, right? But apparently, you got other chicks out there too, right? It's like, whoa, this Thea Scenery, she got some fucking nice big huge tits. I wouldn't be. I'm like, hey, I'm not unhappy. It's like, fuck. She's like, apparently she's a cook. It's like, what's wrong with that? Cook me some fucking cook me some food, kick in my face. Like, oh, you're awesome, baby. What's wrong with that? And I even got some huge titties for you, Brad. Okay, I don't think life can get much better than that. It's like, fuck, the fireplace scenario where I kick in my feet and you're all snuggled up and I'm just baked off my ass. Oh, you're such a babe. Oh, and you're humongous, right? Like, you're fucking totally fucking stacked. Like, you're so beautiful. It's like, fuck. And you cook all that stuff. Oh, macronutrients for working out and bodybuilding. Kick ass, right? I like that, right? It's like, oh, treat me nice. Oh, here, I promoted you a special disc of cunnilingus. A tasty treat that can't be beat. Oh. New in apple cinnamon and lemon meringue and coconut cream. I don't know, like, the last place was okay, but it's like, I don't know, this place has a different vibe to it. I mean, I got it caught, but it's like, fuck. Like I said, if you guys grant me my health back, fuck, fix my foot, like, yes. And other things, like fucking knees and all kinds of shit, I'll fucking go do yours, man. So if I got my health back to like 100%, we're talking about jacking on my chest. I don't have a problem sleeping on the fucking cot or fucking whatever. Military fucking want to use some military. Why not? It's like probably like as long as like, well, they don't grow back, right? So it's like it's war as hell, but I don't have a problem fucking fighting our enemies, right? It's like fuck them, like fuck. If I got my health back, like fuck, I'd have to get all kinds of total regen, right? But fuck, whatever. Fuck, I'll fight them, man. Like fuck, I'm gonna go nuke Iran. Fuck, all right. Happy Easter, right? I'll do it. It's like, fuck, what's wrong with that? Fuck those guys, though, man. Fuck them, man. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, like, we could get off oil, fossil fuels altogether, right? Altogether. It's like, that's the big thing, like, cellular fucking energy, right? Cellular machine. Like, they even call it the machinery of a cell, right? I always thought that the human body is machinery, but this machinery of cell, the DNA, the ribonucleic acid, right? Making these proteins, the fucking translation and transcription, right? Or whatever the fuck it is, right? Making these proteins that we need for the fucking body. Proteins, amino acids make up proteins, which make up chromosomes, which make up nucleotides. Like, it's fucking wild stuff. And the cell membrane, like it's interesting stuff. It's possibly a negative charge, like fucking. It's just like it's so fascinating, right? That's one thing. Once I kind of like master the understanding of that, imagine physics and metallurgy and all that cool stuff. Oh, yes, right? What is it? What do they call it? Physical chemistry or something, right? Organic chemistry and all that. Ooh, that's not even that hard. It's like kind of like, I'd probably get into math too. Ooh, engineering. I like that stuff. I could direct movies and all kinds of shit too. Like, things like that. It's like, things are, it's like, it's just like some things are just natural to me, right? It's like, actually, I like love lots of things, like, mechanics and stuff like that. It's great. All that stuff is just like, it's fascinating. I mean, I have done sheet metal and stuff like that, but I never really loved it. But fuck, it was alright. Motorcycles. Like, I'm very smart, but I love banging chicks like Minka, big, huge fucking. I wish we could bring that to the mainstream. It's like how Jennifer Lopez brought the big butt in. What if we could bring the Crystal Gun stripper thing in? Right? What if we could, like, or a glamour model? Marie Bouclade? Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I like girls like that. I love girls like that. Oh wow, so she puts who cares? It's like her body's beautiful, so it's like what do I care? Like fuck. It's like I don't care. Like it's like her body's totally fucking beautiful. It's like fuck. You know, like am I objectifying? We're celebrating them, right? Like fuck, you know. I like them like that. I think they're quite beautiful. Like to me, that's beauty. That's beautiful. That's my version of beautiful. Like Marie Bouclade, Penelope Black. I like them like that. It's like hey, who cares? Well, like what you can run around those transsexuals and those big fucking asses can do whatever they want, but I have to fucking feel bad for what I like. Me, right? I have to feel bad for what I like. You know, men have castrated. You know, we've got like all that liberal feminist shit, all that liberal crap, all crap. We've castrated ourselves, made ourselves feel bad about what we like, made women feel bad about looking good, and you know, for us, right? I like that, and girls that do that, awesome, right? You know, that's fucking awesome, right? Why should we make them feel bad for looking good, right? You know, for being a beautiful woman. They'll call her a whore. Like, I like it when they wear the 3 pounds of fucking glam makeup. I like that. All that sick, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s makeup. Fucking, oh, it's all, yeah, cool and glittery and silver metallic. I love all that stuff. I like them like that. I like them like Barbie doll bombshell. I like them like over exaggerated. So what? You don't think like they have these like, oh look, she got this big ass. For the life, maybe black guys, I don't get the big ass thing. Lots of like other white guys may not get the big baby thing. I like them. I don't know. It's just what it is. I just like, oh, that's sexy to me. It's like, fuck, that baby is sexy. Sexy, 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 right? I'm a white guy, right? It's like, hey, that's what I like, right? Like Mary Madison, I like him like that, right? It's like, you know, Thea Rainey, if she went bombshell, fucking holy shit, Thea, you're too beautiful. You're too gorgeous, Thea. Oh my god, you're just like, oh. She's pretty, she's a a little midget, but she's pretty sexy, man. Like, she's a pretty high little number, man. They're like, Josie. I don't know, fuck. Josie's kind of annoying, like, she lies about everything. It's like, fuck. She just lies and lies and lies. That's what I hate about her so much. Like, she's definitely a liberal. Like, I'm not. And that's why I hate liberals. They just lie and lie and lie and everything. I think everyone's just sick of their lies and bullshit. Right? They're all lies. Like, even for Doug Ford. Yeah, I am doing the infrastructure road because I know it needs it. He's not wasting the money. He's putting it in the proper spots. Like, it does need it. He's like, oh, I don't want to raise taxes, but it does need it. The thing about Doug, he doesn't give a thing about federal politics too much. He gives a shit about Ontario, right? Doug does. I'm supporting Doug because he's one guy I know who gives a shit about Ontario. He loves Ontario. He wants to do well, blah blah, and he believes in it. It's like, you know what? I think that's one Doug's thing. You know, they're like, oh, we didn't do that pandemic thing. It's like, how do you do a pandemic, right? How do you do a fucking pandemic, right? Like, is there a fucking, how do you do a pandemic, right? How do you handle that, right? But I think you did a wonderful job with that, Doug, right? I think, you know, whatever. I like the way you handle things, buddy. No nonsense, right? And if it don't work, you know, well, just try something else, right? Fuck. You know, I mean, the LRT stuff, and like, you know, that's working good. Underground subways, stuff like that. We could do a lot of cool stuff here, Dougie. A lot of cool stuff. But, you know, you gotta, it's good stuff, right? Just one of my rants, though, but fuck, you know. Yeah. Like Josie died, I'm not spoken for. Maybe there's a reason for it, right? There's nothing, you know, I didn't know I was a celebrity. Maybe there's a reason for it, Josie. A, you're a bitch. 2, you're a liar, right? You're always lying about shit. Like, you really, like, girls lie, but fucking, what was it? You really lie about everything. It's just like, you know, like, you're just lie, make up shit, right? She lies about everything, which sucks, right? It's like, ugh, that's really annoying, right? She doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't know, like, I wouldn't take advice, girls, I would not take relationship advice from Josie Dye. Emily Morex, there you go, she's a cool chick, right? Josie's kind of like, she's got a bad case of white privilege. I'm entitled to this because I'm white and Jewish. They told me so. I think someone might have fucking give you some false information, Josie. Like, fuck. You know, maybe, I mean, if that is your guy, I want you to be happy. Good. Josie, be happy. Fuck off. You know, great, leave me alone. Like, you're not attractive. I hate to tell you this, too. Yeah, she's not attractive. I don't find her attractive. It's like, you know, Helen Hunt and stuff like that. Please, man. That's like fucking watch mold grow on cheese, man. It's like, fuck, you know. Helen Hunt. And who's the other chick that's supposed to be attractive? Gwyneth Paltrow? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, buddy. Like, you're a fag, right? Like, you know, fuck off. That's like hot as like, you know, Helen, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow was hot as melted butter. And that's not very hot, man. It's like, ew, that's like about as hot as you get. Like, fuck. You know, like, fuck that, man. I never found that chick a great actress. It's like, what's she even doing in Hollywood, right? What are you even doing in Hollywood? Gwyneth Paltrow, that's what I want to know. I was like, what are you doing there? You've got no business being there. A, you're a plain Jane. B, you're acting as like stale bread. You don't belong there. You're just like, you know, you certainly stick out with your bad acting and your fucking lame appearance. Like, you know, like you're, you know, plain Jane fucking, you know, totally, you know, just like, what? And she's supposed to be hot? No, man, no. That's not hot. That's not hot. That's like, fuck. Like, Gwyneth Paltrow, you know, like, here's like $20, honey, to put your clothes back on. You're like, fuck. You're anything but sexy, right? It's like, fuck. From this guy's point of view, right? Like, fuck. I like a bombshell. Like, you know, like, hey, Elvira, only huge. A Gene Simmons impersonation. He's got a huge ass tongue. I don't know. Like, oh. I guess Gene Simmons likes to use that pussy too, eh? Yeah, we need more people like that. I'd never wear makeup though, that's for facts. Never do that. It's like, no, wearing makeup's like, fuck. Yeah, but those guys are cool. You know, never do that though. Fuck, that's for queers. Gene Simmons is awesome though. He's like a business guy too. It's like, you know, it's a fucking business, man. Kurt Cobain, like, throw everything out. Like, fuck. Oh, his shit. Like, more like Emmett Kistner. Yeah, he's cool too, for sure. None of this fucking, like, you know, you're selling out. Yeah, David Bowie's cool stuff when he's not dressed like a woman. Right? Wow. I guess I'm Morrissey, though. It's like, they're like, Brad, you're Morrissey. You have become Morrissey. I am. I have no problem saying what I want and fucking, like Donald Trump. Like, he's awesome, too. I'll take him all on. I don't care. Donald Trump's talking about forming his own party and destroying the fucking Republican thing. Sometimes you have to burn down old world to create new ones. Like, he's still conservative, but it's just like, thinks maybe they got, like, maybe, like, it's just like the liberals and the Republicans and Democrats. What's wrong with a third part? It makes you work for your vote harder, right? Definitely makes them work for it. So it's like, that's not the worst either, right? It's like, fuck, you know. There's just that's not the worst. I don't find that's the worst thing at all. Is Donald Trump, like, what's so? Oh, maybe that's like, well, they got him back in line. Like, fuck Donald Trump. He's a prick, man. I like him. I love Donald Trump, man. That's why I like those guys, the bad guys, the quote bad guys, right? I like Skeletor and Megatron and all those fucking guys, right? You know. Cobra Commander. I like the bad guys, right? Like, but they're all blue guys, right? They're all blue. We don't like to be told what to do, right? Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you, He-Man. Like, you fucking prick. You fucking, you know, you're taxing the people to death, right? You know, I like those guys. The strongest man in the world, universe, says who? Fuck you. Fuck. That's not just the title, man. It's like, fuck. It's not actually necessarily mean it's true. It's like, fuck. Well, those guys fucking suck, right? The goody goodies, like I like, oh yeah, Hordak and all those guys. I like the bad guys. Magneto. It's like, even Conan. You know, Conan's not a goody goody. It's like the conservative guys, right? What the CNN will tell you are the fucking bad guys, right? But we're the good guys because we say so. Oh yeah. Says who? I don't think you're that good. Joe Biden's at a 38% fucking approval rating. Kamala Harris at a 27%. And but we're the good guys. You know, watch that thing for the infrastructure thing. He didn't do roads and bridges. Isn't that usually the fucking major thing? So what does he want to do? Like roads and bridges? Like that's important stuff, man. And he wants a 42% fucking tax rate. Holy shit! Oh my god, man. That's through the roof, man. 42% tax rate. 42% new tax. 42 new taxes. Oh, are you crazy? Are you nuts? New taxes? Oh my god. 42 new taxes? And what's he doing with it? At the Reagan era? It's like, I know, like at the 80s. Holy shit, eh? What a fucking glamorous, glamtastic party time that was, though, right? Fuck, you know, it was like the 1920s, right? Like the Roaring 20s. Right? Oh. Right? They're going to Mars. They're colonizing Mars, right? And get Phoebus and mine that sucker and get rich. Like keep the 80s power, fucking the 70s, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Keep that going strong, right? This time no recession afterwards. Just keep it going strong, right? Forever. Keep it going strong forever. Like we've all got all kinds of money now. No up and down okay. Up for thing and then right? No. We want to keep it going strong as long as we can. What if we just screwed around like it's not even just like a new decade. We seem to forget like it's a new millennium, right? So like we're also maybe the same rules aren't as what they used to be, right? Like we can throw out all the baby boomers now, kind of for the most part. Like I think Joe Biden, other than Donald Trump, we're at the cusp of the end of the baby boomers. You know what I mean? Like fucking their ideologies and their fucking ways of thinking. Like culturally, they're pretty fucking significant, right? Because they have the British people. Like, yeah, we definitely need a good dose of British culture again. It's the best. Hip hop's like, and it's not its chorus. It turns out it's fucking lame. That's really like Travis Scott and all. It's like, well, who said you guys are cool? I think you're a bunch of fags. Like, I can't, like, what's her name? Oh, that other Jenner girl's like, fuck, who cares? Kylie's sister, what's her name? I don't know, Kendall or something like that. Like, who gives a shit about them? She's nothing special. Like, fuck. Or like Gigi Hadid. Like, who gives a fucking? Fuck, you're gross. I don't give a shit. Like, where's all the fucking super bombshell fucking super teddy chicks, right? Where are they? Where's the big teddy girls? We're white people. We're majority. Why do we give a fuck about big butts? Well, she got a fat ass. Yeah, she's an idiot. She's like a fat idiot. Who cares? So what? Who wants that? Yeah, and who wants that? I'm a big teddy guy. Most white guys are. They have a whole industry dedicated for big old teddies, right? Fucking they have a whole industry dedicated towards that shit. They keep on telling me I'm a celebrity, but what am I a celebrity for? Right? A guy from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Like, what am I a celebrity for? How is this even possible? I don't want to know. No, I can go to Japan. They can grow my hair back. They're starting to restore. They are already starting to restore collagen in the skin out there. Those Japanese. I always like them. They got that fucking Tomi Tanaka and some other big titty fucking Japanese chickies out there. Oh yeah. Come here, Tomi. I got a fucking big. Wouldn't you like that? That's a message for Kieran Seolan too. Kieran Seolan, this is a city pool. Would you like me to get my big 10-inch and just like fucking take you from behind, and just start buttering that fucking muffin of yours with it. Just start rubbing it up against that fucking clit and just to get nice and warm and wet. Do you like that, Karen? Right, and just jam a big 10-inch fucking, fucking meat stick in there. Just like really, you know. Sure, I buy myself a new dong too. I've got my dong's fine, but fuck, you know, I buy myself a big jumbo 36-inch one, like a big monolithic one, right? Fuck, fucking round as a fucking soup can and fucking long as a fucking 36 inches, right? In the shape of fucking dragon. Maybe call it King Ghidra or some shit like that, right? I don't know, the monolith, right? The monolith dong. Fuck, and just tear you to pieces with it. Karen, would you like that? Karen's quite a beautiful woman though. She's like pretty funny and she's smart and fucking. I do like Karen. I don't know. I told she is though. Fuck. I wish she quit dressing up in old man mask though. It's like why do that? Like what are you, an idiot? Be beautiful, Karen. Fuck. Be gorgeous. Be like be hot, and sexy. You know. Get the super huge tits, man. Be beautiful. Fuck. Who cares? We're white people, right? Like she's whitish, right? We don't like big asses. You know, we like big, huge hooters. I'd fucking bang Karen so hard, too. I'd bang her out cold, man. Just like, oh. Just like orgasm after orgasm, Karen. How would you like that, right? Just orgasm. And just, one hot shot in you after another. Would you like that, Karen? Nice, big, hot fucking dog in you. My hot dog inside you? Mm-hmm. You don't have to lie to Karen. You don't have to lie to me or anyone else, Karen. So, I know you want it. I think Karen would look good. All fucking some nice big fucking knockers on her. Fuck yeah. And just get her to spread those legs and just rip her in half, man. Just fucking bang her so fucking hard. Yeah, wouldn't that be so fun? Oh fuck yeah. It should be a good lay, right? Just like dope her up on like fucking lady horny pills. Like, oh, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed a honey tripper, right? I'd bang her so hard too. That's the best sex. I love good sex. Oh, I miss those boner pills. They were amazing. Instincts. Oh, I could go for so long on those things too. They just didn't have the shelf life, but they're fucking amazing. Pure animal fucking magnetism. This is like fucking off the hook. Oh, it's so fun too. Good sex. I miss that. I haven't fucking had good sex in so long. Oh. Pure, like I have no, like banging heart. Animal sex is no problem. I love animal sex. It's fun. Pure animal fucking sex. Oh fuck. With a dong like as hard as a steel bar, right? Fucking in the rod we trust. Right? The hot rod. Fucking the turbo dog. My big 36-inch. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome, Karen? Ooh. Just tear you right in half, too, right? So Karen can't walk straight for a week. Actually, my dog's pretty good, though, right now. I don't have a problem with it. Like, they get the best boner pills in Hollywood. So, like, I love, Charlie. Well, probably more change, more waste than one. I love it. Fuck, it's awesome. It's like, it's great. Like, I don't care. Like, fucking all my shit. Like, it's great, man. Fucking sex is awesome. They got vaccines for herpes and AIDS. Like, fuck. Who cares? And I'm conservative. I'm a right-winger conservative. Right? There's nothing wrong with some good, hard, wholesome animal sex, right? There's nothing wrong with it. It's good. It's good for everyone. They get theirs, and, I get mine. Everyone feels complete. We could stop making such a big deal about that, too, right? Like, fuck. Back in the swinging 60s, people used to get over, like, it was kind of like, but now we have cures for syphilis and everything now. It's like, fuck, everything. Anyways, that's what I got to think about that. It's too bad, Paris Hilton. Fuck. Actually, you know what, man? Fuck. Because we're buddies, too, right? That's the thing, Paris Hilton's like, fuck, my buddy. So it's like, fuck. I would have married Paris Hilton too. It's like, fuck. I was mad at her for a long time, but I probably would marry Paris Hilton too. Yeah, I wouldn't have it. It's not impossible. It's not like off the hook. It would have been nice too. Fuck. Yeah, I was like, fuck. But apparently I married Thea. Maybe I married Thea. It's like, oh well. That's cool too. Like, fuck. She's not bad or nothing bad. Like, fuck. But she's kind of like nice and happy. Like, fuck, whatever. I don't know. Like, it's like, oh, they're like, you like Thea? Yeah, she's a pretty hot chick, man. It's what it's like, oh. It's like, she's like, that one chick, oh, apparently, like, she's like, oh, I have like 15 married kids. Like, okay. So, what's wrong with being a nice little chick, too? It's like, fuck, fuck. I mean, they put too much emphasis on, like, you don't have to be, like, a little but no one says you have to be a fucking cunt all the time. I think they would, but I don't like the way the media portrays women either. Like, they have to be a cunt or a fucking bitch or something like that. It's like, I don't like that either. It's like, fuck. Because a lot of chicks aren't like that. But some feel like they have to be like that. It's like the shoulder pads of the 80s. They feel like they have to do like that, like the linebacker shoulder pads of the 80s. They feel like they have to be like that to be confident, right? So I don't know if you do. Right? Yeah, I mean, like, fuck, Like, oh, a good girl. Maybe not. Like, yeah, I like the way her person, a good girl. She says that's pretty funny. She's one of a kind. Eclectic. She's, there's lots of good chicks, but we need to put more emphasis on that. I would rather like a Rachel or a Monica, right? Even a Phoebe. Phoebe's cool too. Phoebe's pretty, like, eccentric type woman. I always thought she was cool. Lisa Kudrow, I thought she was a babe too back in the day. But like Rachel or Monica, Lisa Kudrow's not a fucking no slouch either, right? She's back in her fucking heyday. Lisa Kudrow's totally fucking banging too, right? She just needs some. Super huge tits, right? But yeah, Phoebe was a total babe, man. If you imagine like Phoebe and Friends stacked. If she got a boob job. Yeah, actually, I was a pole dancer for a bit, right? Or whatever, right? Who cares, right? Yeah, actually, I did a stint like, actually, I'm a pole dancer on the side. Like Lisa Kudrow, like, was a stripper instead of fucking, like, that's where actually Phoebe got her. I'm not a masseuse at all. Actually, I do a lot of pole dancing. I got these big, huge tits, Joey. Do you think you could love me? Right? Right? What if she was like that? Who cares, man? Like, fuck. Always passing judgment on people, too, for, like, fucking being fun and like, just being good, like, whatever. So what? Who cares, man? Always, like, oh, strippers make the mirrors. Maybe it's just a phase in their life and they got the super huge test and they just move on and they do other things in their lives, right? Maybe they do other things, right? But I like that look, right? Like what most guys do. It's like we're too afraid to admit it, right? Like as white people, like, oh, you like those kind of girls? Yeah, most guys do. Like we have them all over the world, in garages and fucking factories and stuff. Like all kind of job boxes. And you all see all kind. Guys love those girls. Why are we denying those ourselves that, like, in the mainstream media? Why are we going for the fucking like Gwyneth Paltrow fucking? Well, this is what we really want. Right? No one wants Gwyneth Paltrow. People want Wendy Fourier, right? Girls that look like that, right? She's beautiful too, Wendy Fourier. Fuck yeah. Girls like that are fucking beautiful, man. And you know what? The girls, there's nothing wrong with getting your breasts enhanced. Or fucking, because there's no shame, right? It's like it's okay, right? There's no shame to fucking get going fucking like that, right? Fuck. Lots of guys like it, right? And like, guys, don't ever call her a slut or whore for doing that. That's buying into that liberal feminist agenda. Like, if you're like Justin Trudeau, hey, I'm French, I'm a feminist, or like Barack Obama. Barack Obama's a total queer too. Barack Obama's a total faggot. Like, I wouldn't surprise me if like, actually there's a giant stick up my ass, and that's why I'm like this, right? Like, Barack Obama is a total fucking faggot. Donald Trump, that guy's he's all man. He's a real fucking man. He's awesome. He's a real man. Last the real man. Yeah, I like hot chicks, so what's wrong with that? Fuck off. No, I like beautiful women. Big deal. So fuck off. Right? Yeah, absolutely. They're so fucking. They're the best, right? Like, oh, chicks like, what's her name? Oh, what's another chick I was thinking? She's really fucking hot. Not even naughty. What's the other girl's name? Well, what was I gonna say? What was that French girl's name? Wow, that was quite the. What was that chick's name? That one's porn star's name. She's fucking really cool too. She's from Gibraltar. What the fuck was that girl's name? She's a total babe. I don't know what that problem was. That's like Josie Diaz. Like, you know what, fucking. If you think guys like that, it's like fucking I don't. That's another thing. I don't like that. Please leave me alone, Josie. Like, you're a weirdo. Like, she's fucked up. Okay. Anyways, I had to fucking put a power down.